Now, strict water restrictions come into effect for millions of Californians shortly as the west coast of America continues to experience a crippling drought that many predict will get even worse during the summer. People in California's agricultural heartland who've been struggling with water shortages and contamination for years say it's time for people in metropolitan areas to conserve water and do their part. The BBC's Sophie Long reports from California's Central Valley.
This may look like a massive body of water, but the so-called mega drought is now in its 23rd year, and this reservoir on the Nevada-Arizona border is only 30% full.
Lake Mead is the largest reservoir in the whole of the United States. 25 million people across 3 states and Mexico rely on it for their water, but it's been baked down to its lowest level since it was filled in the 1930s. You can see there what's known as the bathtub line. It's dropped some 150 feet in the past 20 years.
Those that work on the lake have been documenting its decline. Now it's a long walk to the restaurant that used to sit on the water's edge.
This will give us information about how water is changing in rivers all across the planet.
NASA, which monitors the changing water levels, is warning the western United States is now entering one of the worst droughts ever seen.
With climate change, it seems like the dominoes are beginning to fall. So we get warmer temperatures, we get less precipitation and snow, the reservoirs start drying up. Then in a place like the West, we get wildfires. So these consequences, they're beginning to have stronger and stronger impacts. And it's like watching this slow motion catastrophe kind of unfold.
Farmers are already feeling the pain. Fields in California's Central Valley at this time of year should look like this. But thousands of acres are now lying idle because they're unable to irrigate. Warning signs now seem ironic.
It doesn't get much more serious for the people on the ground that are living it. And we're afraid that the grocery store shelves are going to see it in the coming year because the products that we grow this year you see on the shelf next year.
Are people going to go hungry?
I can't say that, but our President Biden, he said we're looking at food shortages in the United States.
The government has urged Californians to conserve water. But the first 3 months of the year were the driest on record. And as sprinklers rained down on lush lawns in wealthy urban areas, water use went up, not down.
We all have to make do and survive.
Back in the San Joaquin Valley, that's difficult for people like Fabian to understand. His well was running dry, and now his family relies on tanks of water.
It's quite frightening because we don't know at this point what situation will be within a month or 2 months of maybe not having water at all.
And so, as the sun sets on the Central Valley, it will be another dry and sleepless night for some who live and farm here. Sophie Long, BBC News, California.